Now, without any further ado, we are honored to have here supporting Mumia and our 7 demands, Chuck D. Peace. This is a journey. Peace. Me with my brother James Baum, longtime brother of mine and public enemy. Like I said, I'm not a joking person. I do joke, I joke with my friends, I joke with my family. Today is necessary because we all family here, and I hope that this place of so-called just ice melts down a little bit and pays attention to the people. I'd like to also put this out, that this is the time to do more listening and following something that makes sense than any time before. We are in an area of desperation. When this country goes into a so-called recession, there's a certain mass of people, especially where we come from in our neighborhood, that's in the area of depression. When this country moves into a depression, then our people go into desperation. I'd like to just leave some real talk here, is that I do think it's important, as you pay attention to the PIC, and also the oncoming MIC, that's the prison industrial complex, like the sister said, and this military industrial complex, and they intertwine with each other like family. We need to pay attention to this real seriously. And then at the same time, pay attention to the quality of your consciousness, not just the quantity. Because we're in a country that's always trying to figure out more is better. More is not always better. If you happen to come here today, the quality of yourself is making a large statement to the world. Connect yourself to the planet, people. When you hear people talk about, oh, I wish consciousness rap would come back. I wish conscious would come back. It's already here. It might not be here in large quantities, but it's here in a large quality. All right? I'm not here to be on some, and we're never on those serious celebrity type thing. I wasn't in an undisclosed area. I was in the crowd just like y'all, looking at the stage, listening to the situation. 10 years ago, we made a song called Give the Peeps What They Need. And this song was banned by MTV, and let's spell MTV EMPTYV, because they give you nothing. And then there's the Booty and Thug Network, which originated down the block. Now they're all Viacommed out. But anyway, they banned the video and the song because we had inside the song a line that went, "Free Mumia and H-Rap Brown, Mumia Jamal Alameen." And we was like saying that, okay, so you want to ban the song because of what? They said, yeah, we'll play the song, but we're not sure about what happened with that situation, and the family is saying that, you know, the police, and if you take that Free Mumia out, we'll play the song on MTV. Well, first of all, I say, y'all must not know who you're talking to. Not that I give a damn anyway. I made a promise to Mumia back in the 90s when I happened to visit him at Greene County Prison, which is on the edge of Appalachia, because, you know, they could shut down all the, what they call it, coal miners. When all the coal mining areas shut down, what they did is just say, okay, you could just become a corrections officer. In this country right about now, quiet is kept. 2.5 million people are incarcerated, but they've built facilities to hold 5 to 7 million in the next 10 years, people. Real talk. And when you start counting who's there already and who's on the way in, when the people are desperate, they're going to go into the prison industrial complex in a minute. If they're not doing it all right, or already to a point right now, people are just going to think, well, that's the next place to go so I can have a job and a place to stay with a big corporation on top of it. These are real things. So if I had to say anything, that made any sense right about now other than standing out there, shaking hands with people, and just, I'm happy to be here. Nobody has to thank me for being here. That's just the wrong thing. I'm a service person. James Bond is a service person. We're of service. This is in our blood. So no thanks is necessary. What's necessary is being here every day inside our blood and inside our mind, and how important this is. This is for the sake of human beings. And I would say this. Last summer, if anybody says, well, okay, what's up with your group? And I don't hear you on the radio. You ain't never gonna hear us. You ain't heard us on the radio then. You ain't never gonna see us on TV. And matter of fact, if you're looking for us to be on the middle of some stage in the middle of some city, we're more likely to be amongst y'all. All of us. Flavor Flav included. People asking like, well, what's up with him? Last time he been on TV was 4 years ago. But I tell you this much, he was in the middle of Chile last summer when they put 25,000 people to march up against the Chilean government for educational reform. We was in Argentina for Black Family Day. Yes, there's black folks in Argentina. We was in Cape Town and Johannesburg last year doing some educational work and also figuring out, as just talking to a brother not too far from here, is when, people being chased out of Zimbabwe, occupying every piece of land on this earth to try to turn it into something else. Make a long story short and a short story shorter. I just want you to just seriously pay attention, because that's the cheapest price anybody can pay. All right? I see the sign for freeing Russell Schultz, who also was in the same place as freeing Mumia on his birthday. Even if you don't see yourself thinking on these televisions that's telling lies to your visions, and on the radio stations totally lying to the people, what I plan to do this year with my man Paradise from X-Clan, we plan to occupy these urban radio stations, because you can't have sewage and drinking water coming from the same river. So the next time y'all look around and you say, well, damn, what's up with the music? Somebody's pushing a button to allow it to happen. And if music happens to be nutritious to your body and your soul and your mind, don't you think it works in reverse? Especially over a long period of time? So that's what the plan is. It's like, you know what? You got to cut the sewage off in order for new things to breathe. Like that sister was up here, and the brothers are all up here doing their music and rhymes and all that. That's very important, because it lays a foundation in the minds and souls of people so they can grow from there. I would also say this. You're in front of the Department of Justice, as they up there looking at us or whatever. I don't know what it takes for everybody to make sure, as long and trust me, this is going to be temporary. If you can get a passport, get one, and challenge Homeland Security. Because the minute they start seeing millions get it, because of course they're not going to give it to everybody, and they're not giving it to everybody. You get a felony in some states, you can't get it. So they're saying you can't live here and you can't leave. But if you don't attach yourself to the rest of the planet, people out here, you will forever be a slave in the United States of America. There's no freedom here if you don't attach yourself to the rest of the planet and the movements that are going on. At least attach yourself mentally what's going on. At least know yourself where you are in other continents on this planet, to make your fight right here even more vibrant, because you know you got some back without turning on a damn TV, listening to the radio, or listening to some damn music group. It's a different time, people. The music of Gamble and Huff gave us strength. Wake Up Everybody, Love I Lost, and all those songs from Philadelphia. Today, if you check it out, all the music coming out of New York and Los Angeles companies through urban radio, which means that you can call it urban, but you could use black faces, brown faces, but cut the ownership out, cut the accountability out, cut the responsibility out, but you can still use the faces. These are tricks and mind control that's been going on for the longest period of time. For those that know how to fight the fight, continue to fight the fight. Don't give up because you don't see no movement. Their plan is to turn the masses into the masses. All they do is move the M over. Last thing I'm going to say. Well, not the last thing, because I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be out there listening and talking, and if that's taking pictures. Whoever thought it'd be a time where you have cameras on phones? That was planned for you too. Be on top of technology. Don't let technology be on top of you. Learn how to master it instead of it mastering you. Real simple. Like I said, if I'm at the age I am now at 51, if I can't teach, I shouldn't even open my mouth to speak. So when you see somebody 14 and 15, and science is coming out of them, and truth and wisdom is coming out of them, encourage them. They might be 1 out of 200, 1 out of 500, but get behind that and support that. It's very important. It's very, very important at this time. So we might not even fill up a whole city block or 3 or 4 city blocks where it makes the news, but understand it's the quality of the movement, not the quantity of the movement. Here's another thing.